InObscuria!
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria Podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal, and we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should-have-beens. I'm Kevin Williams, that's Robert Harrison, and we are back again this week.
Hello.
What is up?
Oh, it's sitting here staring at what's sitting right in front of me.
I see that. It's a very special summer beverage.
A special gift from Mr. Williams that goes...
Ooh, that was a nice sound.
That was very nice.
That's
very nice indeed.
You could market that.
Red stripe, curveball.
A little curveball.
I don't think either one of us have had a red stripe in many...
In the squatty bottle. They've changed the bottle, though. Look at it. It's not nearly as squatty as it used to be.
No. It used to be like a grenade almost.
Yeah.
Which was like a Mickey's.
Yep. Mickey's.
I don't think you were there in Athens for the Mickey's incident. Or
I don't believe
with
so.
Us?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, somebody told me, hey, here's a beer. And I'm like, cool. And I started drinking it and had another one. Maybe I had a third one. And nobody told me it was malt liquor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was...
There's one malt liquor kicker.
I think we've told this, or I've told this story before. But it was in Athens, Halloween, and the band was throwing candy out into the audience. And I was the audience. Mm-hmm. And one of the band members hit me in the head with a Jolly Rancher.
And you said, hey!
Yeah, so imagine me 3 Mickeys into a night already, toasty, and then I start winging candy back up at the band. And apparently I had better aim, and so I nailed the singer. Mm. And then I started levitating.
They love that.
Yeah, they did. And I started levitating, and I was like, Eric, look at this. I'm levitating. Look, man, look, my feet aren't even on the floor. And it was the bouncer picking me up by my jacket or whatever I had on with one hand. This dude picked me up with one hand and dragged me to the door. And
That's how beefy you were.
Yeah, all buck 35 back 20 years ago, and threw me out the front door. And then all of our friends, Jim and Michelle, they followed me out the door, and we went to another bar where I almost got beat up by somebody else. So,
do you think you were screaming at him in your Cartman voice about him being happy?
God damn it, put me down!
No, I was fascinated because I had no idea he was behind me. I just thought, damn, look at this. This is cool, man. It's like an out-of-body experience. I'm floating through the air.
I thought maybe you were shouting at the band, "Screw you, hippie."
No, I was just throwing candy. I mean, I was the least belligerent and drunk there at the bar. I promise you. I was having a great time, and not even as I'm getting thrown out, I probably was like, all right, cool, man. See you later.
Jolly Ranchers are very hard.
Yeah,
candy.
that hurt. So I had to start flinging it back, and I think it was like the third one I threw. They got tired of me doing that. So yeah, that's my stories from 20 years ago.
Wow, I think even more than that.
It was been 1990. Yeah, 24 years. That was 1999.
Well, let's see how this red stripe. We were told, or you were told, or you heard.
I heard that it tastes better in a glass. And Kevin and I, neither one of us have ever had a red stripe in a glass.
Always in the bottle. The squatty bottle.
Yeah, I can't tell.
It tastes the same.
I feel fancier. But thank you for the beer. I need that. I am beat up, man. I've got cuts on my knuckles, bruises, scraped scars on both of my hands.
Fight Club?
Yeah, which happens in my garage once in a while. Not every week, but once in a while I just decided to have Fight Club. And I was fighting a 78-year-old fire truck. It was kicking my ass.
Fire truck wins.
It was kicking my ass. No, I eventually won, but I was trying to remove the rear axle assembly, which had not been touched in 78 years, it looked like. So I had to remove it because I damaged it 4 years ago. And I've been meaning to get to this chore for 4 years, and it was time. So yeah, 4 days it took to get all the rusty bolts off. I only had to cut one and got it out. It's probably 400. I'll show you afterwards. It's a 400-pound axle that I lowered safely and got out of the truck. And now I've got to figure out how to get it into a trailer and drag it to the shop to get it rebuilt. So
you want me to pick it up after the show?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I'll go get it.
Just stretch a little bit, and then if you could just throw that in the back of my truck, I would appreciate that.
No problem. I can deadlift that.
It's a little greasy. Just be careful.
No problem.
Yeah, so I had to go take a shower in the outdoor shower. I was so filthy that I had to shower in the outdoor shower.
I don't think you've ever explained the fact that you have an outdoor shower at the old firehouse.
How does that go unspoken?
I don't know. It's pretty cool. Who has an outdoor shower?
Raise your hand. Everybody there? I do.
It's not your only shower. It's a special summertime enjoyable shower.
No, it's big enough. I think we've had like 8 people out there. The inside one's big enough for 6 or 7.
Good, baby. Very good.
They're all party showers, so the outdoor one's much bigger. It's got 2 shower heads.
Well, you don't really need to say anything else. You have an outdoor party shower.
Yeah, it has disco lights in it.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nuts, know what I mean? Say no more.
And so that's how the neighbors know not to come over. If
it's that kind of party.
Yeah, if they see the disco lights, they're like, oh,
adults only.
We'll come over later.
Say no more now, what I mean, nudge, nudge.
It's the neighbors with the kids we don't want coming over, but the other neighbors down the street, they're all right.
What's Mr. Robert doing?
Yeah, so it's outdoor shower, man. It's hot outside, but you go outside, take a shower. It's just great. It's like all of a sudden it becomes just 68 degrees. It's really cool outside.
Not a bunch of spiders in there?
No, it's nice. I keep it clean. It's low maintenance. Like I said, you can get out there and get all clean, and you don't have to clean your shower. So when you're really filthy dirty, just go out there, and it's got hot water. I mean, it's just like a real shower. It's got everything.
Wow, like a real shower.
Yeah, it's not just like a garden hose. You go,
right.
That was Florida. You had to go hose yourself
off. It's not just
off.
a stall with a hose.
Yeah, my mom would be like, "You're not coming in here. You hose
Proper
off."
shower.
Yeah, this is the actual shower, and it's like on the second floor, so it's private.
So I have to ask, because I'm fingers close to the button. Is there any reason I need to hit a button?
No, man. I've been cooking healthy stuff to make up
cooking?
for my bad. I'm not going to talk about the healthy stuff. It's boring.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Broccoli and shit.
All right. Well, I won't press the button then. We'll wait until next time.
Don't ruin my beer. Okay. We can talk about healthy food.
All right. Well, after you eat healthy food, go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras and Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, A to Z Radio, Sean Geek and Fast Fret Podcast, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, Retro Zest Podcast, The Synaptic Empire, and don't forget about Monty's Rockcast. Come visit us at InObscuria.com. Like us, share, recommend, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go buy some swag over at Redbubble or leave us a review.
Pick your poison.
1 to 3 words, all we need.
Yep. Short, sweet, pithy. Pithy is the word.
Okay, sure. Well, Robert, we're not going to waste too much time because I know we have a schedule to keep today. And I see the grounds are ready. I knew right away as I was going to my usual parking spot, and I had to show my ID to get through security.
Mm-hmm.
When I parked,
the grass was mowed.
Yeah, it looks good out there.
Nice and manicured over there.
I know everything I need to know about what tonight is, and I'm once again excited to see all the scaffolds and stages set up here at the Old Smyrna Firehouse.
You got your wristband?
I do. I got my special credentials with me. The beer tents are set up along with the merch booths. I saw a corn dog hut.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Oh, man.
I mean, how many people, besides the outdoor shower, how many people get to have a corn dog hut right across the street from their house?
Yep. So I think we should just get right to it. It's time for our annual festival experience here at the Old Smyrna Firehouse. It's episode 185, Ghost Fest 2023.
Woo!
Of course, nobody's here yet.
No, it's early.
So I'm really thankful that you invited some of your witch friends to join us.
Which ones?
You know, those witchy friends that you mentioned.
Oh, whichever.
I don't know which ones you have, but I assume they're outside. They are ready for us to do a little conjuring. So if we could get them in here, we will start the festivities now. So are you ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay, here they are. Thank you. Hello. Good to see you. Let's begin. We need the ghost for the Ghost Fest 2023. How does this work?
Let us stand now, unbowed and unfettered by arcane doctrines born of fearful minds in darkened times. Let us embrace the Luciferian impulse to eat of the tree of knowledge and dissipate our blissful and comforting delusions.
I definitely feel something.
Let us demand that individuals be judged for their concrete actions, not their fealty.
Where'd this fog come from?
arbitrary social norms and
Do not know, but I think they're coming. I can hear them. Oh, yeah. Welcome. Hello. Oh, is that Lemmy? Lemmy?
What's up, man? What's up? Let me get you a jack. Hold the Coke.
Oh, they're here. They are ready to go.
Is that Ronnie? I can't see. He's so short. Even as a ghost, he's a short ghost.
All right.
John Lennon, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah,
Just-
no,
you're in the other
really,
festival.
You're not going to enjoy
about
this.
2 miles south of here.
So we just like to welcome all the spirits and specters, the wraiths, the phantoms, the ghouls. Once again, we have also booked a few ghost artists to play. So not just the living playing our festival today. We've brought back a few spirits, but not for the first band. I think it's time. We were going to do a side stage this year, but I see you didn't have enough room for that.
No. There's been a lot of development around
Everybody
here.
gets the
We have
main
to scale
stage.
it back a little bit.
This band typically would probably get a side stage, but I am so excited that these guys are here. We did an entire episode on our opening band just about 2 years ago, to the T actually. I think it was like July 4th weekend, so exactly. So tonight, they are paying us back. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Todd Horn, Tony Gianluca, Garrett Coleman, and Randy Roccolata. The one and only Spider Monkey is in the house. They're going to kick things off tonight. Like I said, if you want to know more about Spider Monkey, go listen to episode 84.
Wait, are they dead?
They're not dead. Not everybody's dead.
Oh, I thought these guys...
We didn't kill Spider Monkey.
Well, I was hoping not. I didn't know if you had some news for me.
They're not an active band. Only when they want to get back together. So they agreed.
Got it.
They agreed to come
Okay.
back
I'm
today.
just making sure I'm on top of things. I didn't know if you were going to spring that on me.
No,
because that'd be sad.
They're originally from St. Augustine, Florida. They embarked on the Perpetual Tour way back in 1992, and then they ran that until about 99. And we saw them, or I saw them several times. You saw them once with me, I believe, here in
Towards the
Atlanta.
end. It was
Towards the end, when they were getting ornery.
99. Oh, God, yes.
Todd was no longer Todd Horn, he was Todd Ornery. And a young Kevin fully embraced his funk rock roots with this band as inspiration. They've released 4 albums on their own. Reportedly, they sold over 50,000 on their own. No label.
And what was our favorite song?
The Booby Song. I think they might be playing that later, but I don't think that's what they're opening with.
Oh.
So let's get to it. For the spirits and ghosts out there, I think we're going to get them riled up. Here we go. Spider Monkey is in the house.
You see the show. What? They really blow a sorry scene. They cannot sing. They try to rip, joke can barely talk. Their lyrics grip. We think they suck. Rock and roll, real rock and roll. We want real rock and roll, rock and roll, real rock and roll. We want real rock and roll. Can't do it live. They are a fake. Just how much more must we take? They try to boast. They have no feel. They have to act. 'Cause they're not real. Rock and roll. Real rock and roll. We want real rock and roll. Rock and roll. Real rock and roll. We want real rock and roll. Get it, daddy, oh. Rock and roll, rock and roll. We want rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. We want that real rock and roll, man.
Damn, that bass player carries that band.
Oh, so good. So good.
It's just so tight. And, you told the story last time about him borrowing somebody else's bass and
Yeah, having trouble with it.
because it wasn't his bass.
Yeah, that was it was a Gibson Grabber that he borrowed, and that was like an old school 70s Gene Simmons style
A lot of
bass guitar.
slop in it, probably.
Yeah, it was funny to watch him try to play it, and he got really pissed off. Again, that was near the end of their first run.
He was shouting about it on stage, like after every song, he was griping about it, bitching about it.
But usually a very fun band, and tonight they were a very fun band once again. And again, if you want to go find out more about them, they were more of a local regional act in the 90s that I absolutely adored. But episode 84, we tell you all about them. I think they got everybody worked up, so much so that we're going to invite some ghosts to come up next. This is an old band. We are bringing back a few ghosts. We are resurrecting a 1960s Detroit proto-metal powerhouse called The Frost.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to the stage and from beyond and beyond, Mr. Dick Wagner. Uh-oh. So welcome back to the stage from beyond, Mr. Dick Wagner, Gordy Garris, Bob Rigg, and Don Hartman again. They're The Frost. They were an American psychedelic rock band from Alpena, Michigan. I've never been there.
Nope.
But I'm pretty sure they were the Detroit scene, so it must be a suburb or somewhere close to Detroit. And in the late 60s, they were led by Mr. Dick Wagner, who went on to play with Ursa Major, who we played, I believe, on our 3rd episode ever.
Way back. You know, I got to go back and listen to our first episode. I've never heard it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, really bad.
Deal. I got to listen to it now.
And it's our most downloaded episode of all time.
So if you're new, skip five or 6 episodes. You got the hang of it.
Go to
after a
year
while.
2, maybe.
Yeah, please.
So Dick played with Lou Reed, Alice Cooper, Peter Gabriel in the 70s. He passed away a few years ago, so it's good to see Dick back on stage. Their first major performance was in 1968 in front of a crowd of 10,000 with the MC5 and the Stooges, and the Frost were noted as being the standout band on the stage that day. So
That's pretty amazing.
pretty awesome band. Glad to get them back together. Only 4 releases.
And your first show
yeah,
is
first
to
show.
10,000 people.
Yeah. Not really my first show. How about yours?
Well, it depends. With Big Jack or with solo?
Either.
So solo, I think my first paid gig was 30 people. And pretty soon after that, I had like 100 people because I didn't tell anybody the first time because I didn't know how I was going to do. But after I did one gig, I was like, okay, that wasn't bad. So then I invited all my friends out to the next one. So the next one, I showed up with like 100 people.
Yeah.
And they loved, the bar owners loved me. Then Big Jack, I think same thing. We did McDuff's Irish Pub.
I can't even remember where we played first.
30, 40 people.
30,
I don't
40,
know,
yeah.
somewhere
maybe,
in there.
Maybe. My first show ever, we rented out the American Legion in my hometown, and we sold tickets for $5 a head. And I think we had like 4 bands on the bill, and maybe we had like 70, 80 people. But that was a pretty big deal.
That's a big deal. No, who organized that?
I did.
You did. So you were a promoter.
I was the promoter, yes.
Were you in one of the bands?
I was, yes. I was in frontman.
How old were you?
16.
16 years old.
Yep.
You're a promoter. You're in a band making bank
First gig ever.
off your friends.
Yep.
There's no better feeling, making a bunch of money off your friends.
Yep.
Where's my money, man? Where's my money? It's $5. Come on.
Yeah, I don't even remember the whole money thing. I know that we charged $5 a head. I don't remember how much we got paid, but I know that we had to rent it out and we had to pay for. I don't think we rented any gear. I think everybody just kind of knew somebody with something and they brought it. We had lights. We had a person running lights for us, like
Seriously?
behind the band, and oh yeah, it was a makeshift
Wow.
DIY kind of thing.
I remember going to parties in high school, not a lot, maybe 1 or 2, small town, that there was a band. And it was probably people I went to school with. I didn't know them, but it was always such an amazing thing to see. I'm like, oh my God, these guys know how to play. Now, granted, I'm in like marching band. It's not that I don't know anything about music. It's just rock music was such an unbelievable thing that they were on this pedestal.
Oh yeah,
That they're in a actual
didn't matter if they were
band.
any good or not.
No, I didn't care. This band played Tom Sawyer. And I was like, holy jeebus, these guys must be amazing to be able to play that song. And still, it didn't click to, why don't you try this, dumbass? And it was like years before I picked up guitar.
That's funny. Well, I'm seeing the blinking flashlight. I think we're ready for this band. So
I went a little long on that.
that's fine. I think they're ready to go. So welcome back, The Frost, and let it roll.
I would like to welcome you to the live recording of The Frost. Thank you.
music is saying what's left to be said. Rock and roll music is all that you need to be free. Rock and roll music. Rock and roll music. Rock and roll music. Hang on, yeah. Rock and roll. Rock and roll music. Rock and roll music. Rock and roll music. Hang on, yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank you. On the side. Thank you.
How did that guy memorize all those lyrics?
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Like,
It just was like a book.
obviously, that is a song meant to get everybody rallied before they do the
I
rest
don't know
of
what
the
it's
set.
about. I don't know what it's about, but it was a good song.
Yeah, it's a little deep.
Yeah.
A little deep there.
Need some interpretation.
Damn good music for a 60s band, though.
And I'm not an expert on proto metal. We've had a couple of episodes on that, but I try to listen to it from the standpoint of I've never heard metal before, and because the people in that audience had never heard Judas Priest yet.
Oh, yeah.
or anything like that.
No,
He had
nothing
not
like that.
Metallica. So
These guys only knew the Who, the Stones, the Kinks, the Beatles. That's all they knew.
And so definitely, had a heavier vibe than the Beatles. Stones, yeah, kind of, but just, I guess it had just enough of a grunt to it that was that extra thing that gave it that proto metal name tag. And from that, I guess out of that, it was just the motion, the lack of any depth. It was just balls to the wall, kind of like metal is sometimes. You don't have to be very deep to be a really heavy song.
Exactly. I think you hit it on the head. Absolutely. The Frost, go check them out. Good stuff. They have 4 releases, 1968 to 1970. It wasn't long before Dick left and started doing work with all those other folks that I mentioned, Lou Reed, Alice Cooper, etc. So all the Alice Cooper albums, once Alice quit the Alice Cooper band and started doing solo stuff, that's all Dick Wagner.
Is it?
Great, great music. Great guitar player. And good to hear him again.
And now it's got Nita Strauss.
That's right.
Ooh, man.
Yep. And then I think that album's coming out pretty soon. In August, I believe they put out the album that finally he's letting the touring band play, and Nita's on it.
And Facebook has figured out the algorithm that's a photo that I'll stop and look at.
That you like.
Scroll. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's Nita. Hi. How are you? Scroll. Oh, there's another one. Wow, imagine that. Scroll. Oh, there's another one. Facebook. Stop, man. Come on.
There's one fit woman.
Yes. Shredder.
All right, Robert, you love this next performer's acting so much in the classic horror film Rock and Roll Nightmare. He heard how much you enjoyed the movie that he has decided to come here today. We featured a tune way back in episode 97. It was Arcane Sounds from The Big Scream. And we featured John Michael Thor in his amazing movie debut, maybe his second movie. It was Rock and Roll Nightmare, but we featured a song from that, and he has come with his band. Thor are playing the festival.
Did I ever give that DVD back to you?
You did.
Okay, good. Good. Keep it. Just keep it.
If you don't remember, John Michael Thor was a bodybuilding champion. He's an actor, songwriter, screenwriter. He's a historian, apparently. A vocalist and a musician, and his band is Thor. He holds 40 bodybuilding titles in Canada and the U.S. In the early 70s, he decided to combine all of that together, and he did all these props and costumes and all his showmanship and put together kind of a proto-metal band. And then in the 80s, it became more of a metal band, and then he started doing amazing movies.
I think a bad wrestling guy, like not WWE level, but down low wrestler.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's amazing. His movie career recruits Zombie Nightmare and Rock and Roll Nightmare. Then he stopped after that. You know why? Because he figured after he did a trilogy like that, he doesn't need to act anymore.
Quit while
He's
you're on
already
top.
done it. He's done it all.
Who needs an academy?
Exactly.
Just quit.
There's a documentary called I Am Thor that came out in 2015. I would urge anyone to go watch that on YouTube. It's entertaining, to say the least. So there's lots of merch. He brought more merch than anybody else here today. I think 2 of the merch tents are just his stuff, so please go buy some rubber water bottles with his logo on it, some steel bars.
Pants.
Yeah, there's all sorts of amazing stuff. And right now, they are ready. Thor is ready. He's about to bend a bar and with his teeth, I believe. Yep, he's got it in his teeth. He's coming out. I see him on the side stage stage right now. So here they are. Here's the band and the man, Thor.
Hot flames!
Young, her heart is cold. Something burning in her soul. Ah, yeah, well that's okay. She always listens to what I say. Hot flames, she'll feel the fire. Hot flames, I am her sire. She'll feel the fire. So hot in me, and when she moves, yeah, she's loose and lean. Ah, yeah, well that's okay. She always listens to what I say. Hot flames, she'll feel the fire. Hot flames, I am her sire. Come on. Ah, yeah, well that's okay. She always listens to what I say. Hot flames, she'll feel the fire. Hot flames, I am her sire. Hot flames, she'll feel the fire. Hot flames, I am her sire. She'll feel the fire. Hot flames. Hot flames. Yeah.
He's kind of like Rob Halford without these 7 upper octaves. Just
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
the
he's
lower
got kind of a
or Paul
monotone.
Diano.
Yeah, exactly.
just
Not a
that-
lot of range.
Not
but-
all range, but he's got the grunt to it where he can belt out the songs.
Yeah, I saw him holding his back. I hope he's all right. There were a lot of ghosts on the scaffold. Do we need to make an announcement, or are we good?
Those of you who are again taking residence on the tower,
It depends on.
please again, for those who are behind you, may we ask you to come.
You know what? If they fall off, it doesn't really matter.
An exciting
They
set,
just keep going.
Yeah,
understandable.
whatever.
They are
Please,
dead.
if you
Whatever.
will
Yeah,
return to
just
the
die
ground.
again. It's no big deal.
Do you have insurance?
Those of you who have sleeping bags on this tower that can get to them, would you be kind enough as to take them down?
Insurance? You get
Put
ghost
them
insurance?
underneath or roll them up to the bottom,
No, I thought you were
okay.
taking care of that.
You better tell him to get the hell off then.
Oh, okay.
so that those behind those bags can see, please.
Please
Very-
remove
very-
yourself from the scaffolding.
Nothing worse than a litigious ghost.
The show cannot go on until the ghosts are all off of the scaffolding. Thank you.
We're good now.
Okay, awesome. I guess we should tell the people here what Ghost Fest is and why it exists.
Just in case they
Just in
missed the
case they missed the first few.
first couple of ones, yeah.
Yeah, this is an annual event based on an experience that we had when we
An
were
actual real life experience.
at a festival.
Yes.
And what was the name of that festival?
Ghost Fest.
Well, it was actually called the Music 101, I believe.
It was a benefit for some type of educational thing.
Yeah, some kind of
This is 20
state of Georgia. This is 20 years
something
ago.
years ago.
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe 20, exactly, maybe.
yeah, around 20 years ago. Actually, you're right.
And it was outside of where we live in Atlanta, so
And
bands and
suburbia.
people would have to travel, maybe 40 minutes
It was
outside?
south of Atlanta, so it was a half an hour drive.
Yeah, outside of Atlanta. So, people would have to do a little traveling to get there. And a promoter put this together,
And the promoter was this young lady in her 20s.
probably in her 20s.
Yes,
Yeah.
so probably not a lot of experience. This might have been
it.
her only experience with it, based on what happened.
And how many bands would you say she booked for this show?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 18.
There were 3 stages.
Yeah, so
2, there was a large field.
Yeah.
And it was, what was this place? It was like a
school.
Was it a school? Is that
Some
what it
kind of
was?
school, yeah.
We played in sort of the amphitheater area.
Yeah, it's like a concrete amphitheater.
And then there was a big field, and they had 2 stages facing one another. So they would basically play one band on one stage at the end of the field, and then they had
People would turn around.
people
You
would turn
could see
around and
the
go
other
to the
side.
other stage at the other end of the field. And then in between, we played on this
Amphitheater, basically. Stage.
that
Yeah.
was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know, full PA.
Up until we got there.
Right. Full PAs on all the stages,
Yeah.
full security, you know,
So
guys driving around in the little golf
3
carts.
stages worth of sound and lights.
Lights.
Rigging. I mean, this was
Everything. This is a
professional.
festival.
Yeah, but done really well, except for
the attendance.
Yeah.
Because we, the band, all looked out as we were playing our shows, and we realized we were playing to ghosts.
'Cause it started, we got there early in the afternoon to set up for an evening show. And so we get there and we're setting up, everybody's excited. And then about 5 o'clock, I start noticing, I'm like, I guess people are going to be, this is going to be like a late show.
Late crowd.
But, you know, we had a time of going on like 7:30.
It was light.
It was still light. It was getting dark, but it was still light when we started. And we're like, okay, well, maybe it's going to show up after we played. That sucks, but okay, that's what happens. But there were other bands there, so the bands were our audience. We had a great time. We blew the PA system, which is not surprising for us.
Yeah, happened a few times.
But then by the time we're done, there's still nobody there. And so the other bands, the big stages start happening. And
they played to
the other bands. We all went around and supported these fellow band members because we were like, well, there's nobody here. Let's just make the best of it. And I remember her, the promoter, like walking by really fast and wiping tears out of her eyes. She was obviously distraught about this, but it was just one of those wacky things. So then in the middle of one of the shows, I look out in the field just covered in this fog. And that helped the Ghost Fest lore.
That was when we realized that we were playing to ghosts.
Playing to ghosts. And holy shit, I don't know how much money she lost or where that money came from or went, but I have no idea how much money it would cost to put up that much equipment and hire these bands. We didn't get paid, did we?
No, I don't think we got a dime.
No, so it was just chalk it up to experience. We got exposure, though. Remember? They promised us exposure?
Oh, they did. They promised us radio ads and you know, posters. And all the people that were coming. I mean, they had major vendors.
If you're an artist, there's nothing better than getting that exposure, right?
Mm-hmm. It was great.
So yeah, that's the origin of Ghost Fest.
So we fondly refer to it as Ghost Fest, and then it inspired this event. We realized the way to have a very lucrative festival experience is to only play to ghosts.
Because you don't have to pay them.
You don't have to pay them. It's easy cleanup, easy setup.
Yeah.
You know, all you do is conjure them here, and then at the end, you just send them back.
You got some sorcerers, some wizards to kind of keep them in line.
Super easy.
A couple of preachers.
So we better keep this thing going because the spirits will get angry if we don't keep this going. I think the lighting rig is up for the next band, and I think they're almost ready to go. Every festival needs a little fist-pumping, chest-bumping AOR music, don't you think?
Hell yeah.
I think it's time. So how about a band that our Australian co-host brought to us way back on episode 102? It was a Degrees of Separation Queen episode where Craig Elvin talked to us about this band that was produced by Queen drummer Roger Taylor. The name of the band is Magnum.
This is before Craig had to walk on crutches.
Yeah, so he called me. Did he call you?
No. I figured I was waiting for it.
Yeah. He called me last night and told me he's 50. He's 50 years old. Actually, he's over 50.
And
but he
blew out his Achilles.
And it does not sound fun. So
is it true how he blew it out? What he says, is that true, or is he making that up?
No, he was running, I believe.
Oh, okay.
What did he tell you? He was kicking somebody?
No, he was jumping off a stage. I'm like, you don't jump off stages.
Nah, he was running.
That's how you know you're old. It's not that you get injured.
He was coaching his daughter.
But you get injured doing stupid things like standing up. Like, how'd you hurt your back? I sneezed.
Yeah.
That's when you're old.
Exactly. And so, man, I hope you feel better soon,
Yes.
Craig, because that
sounds painful.
Not sound fun. He's going to find out if he just needs to leave it in the cast or if he's going to have to get some surgery.
Get a little cool scar, though.
Oh, that sounds painful to me.
Yeah.
Achilles.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's bad enough getting a cramp.
It's like having an Achilles heel. Oh, wait, it is.
Yes. Follows you around.
Oh, man. Okay, back to Magnum. They're ready to go on. English hard rock AOR band, somewhere in between. They were formed in Birmingham, England in the 70s. Originally, they were on Jet Records, which you may know as that's the label Ozzy was on back in the early 80s. Early tours, they were opening for Whitesnake, Blue Oyster Cult, Def Leppard, Tigers of Pantang. So you hear some new wave of British heavy metal in there. So they're somewhere between AOR and Nawabum, which sounds absolutely impressive to me.
Aorbum?
Nawabum. Something like that.
It's getting out of hand.
Now, they did take our advice at one point during their career. In the 90s, they renamed themselves. They did exactly what we said to
dudes.
do. They renamed themselves Hard Rain for a bit. They released 2 albums as Hard Rain. It didn't really work out for them, but
you know, because they didn't fire their drummer.
Oh,
that's the formula.
Maybe that's it. They did get rid of some of the members, but over the course of time, though, they have released 24 albums, if you count the 2 from Hard Rain. 24 albums from 1978 to 2022. They are on stage. They are not dead. These are living musicians, so I just should point that out. And they are ready to go. Here's some Magnum.
Are you ready for the Kingdom of Madness? Let me see those blisters on your fingers. When the night is on the run and your troops are almost gone, seize the fire, snatch your soul, freeze the moment that I burn. In a whirlpool, sudden screams, shadows long and silent feet. This will send you in the air, turns your hope into despair. Stay,
Damn, that board op doesn't mess around. He cuts the mics off as soon as they're done.
You got to change over, man. You get set changes.
Keep things going. That's amazing how eerily similar that is. Not the vocals to Queen, not the band. The band's very different. Like you said, more AOR. But
They definitely are a mix of AOR and Wabum.
yeah. I want more of that. I want more of that one. That's going to be fun to go back and listen to.
24 albums. I think we could probably
Pick
explore
and
a little
choose
bit.
a few little. No, did you say they were from Australia?
No, they're an English band.
English, but that's right. You said Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah, I definitely want more of that. That was a good groove to it.
I think the Ghosts liked it too because of the loud crowd is roaring.
They have ghost groupies.
Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we have a rather large contingent of Vikings in the audience. A lot of the old Vikings of old are back.
Well, there's a lot of work in security too. So
True.
They're helping out.
Well, they're the best.
They're very horny.
They're the best. Thank you. Horny Vikings. Yes, they're in the audience tonight, and I believe the reason is all the recent features that we've done on the program. So
we played their national anthem. I mean, it came along a little bit after their time, but still.
Yeah, but I think it's okay to put this over the PA now, don't you? I think we should to welcome them, right? I think it's only proper. Please take your helmets off for the Viking national anthem.
Mork and Mindy Mork.
Yes, and of course we have invited a Viking band. Not really Vikings, but they're from Norway.
Yeah,
I mean that's
somewhere amongst that.
Basically Norse.
Dio's dog walkers. He's my friend that gets paid to look like Thor.
Oh, okay.
He kind of looks like a Viking.
Wait, we already have Thor here.
Yeah,
those two are gonna get in the fight.
I know. He's got a bigger hammer.
Oh yes, we've invited a band from Bergen, Norway. I'm actually going to let them. I told them from Bergen, the Bergermeisters. I actually told them they can speak in their native tongue. It doesn't matter because there's going to be so many ghosts here from.
We'll put subtitles on the
Euroland.
video screen.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, this is a band that I featured on my 2022 solo episode, my New Year's episode, 144.
That wasn't the one on the balcony, right? That was 2021.
No, that was 2020, I believe.
2020, the frozen balcony.
2019, I don't know. Maybe that was 2020.
No, it was COVID. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this band, LC from Cobras and Fire, introduced us to them at the 2021 Rockin' Pod because we were playing the game and I think he guessed this band is the band he was listening to, and it wasn't. It was another band. But he said, hey, if you like bands that have a little of that Thin Lizzy, Iron Maiden, twin guitar vibe, you need to go check out Audrey Horne. They're a great Canadian band.
Well, they have Horn in their name, so they get along with the Vikings.
And I checked them out, and they're not a Canadian band. They're from Bergen, Norway. But Elsie, thank you for introducing us to.
Bless your heart.
You tried, man.
Bless your heart.
You tried, but no, they are a Viking descended band.
Oh.
Awesome guitar harmonies. Like I said, somewhere between Maiden and Lizzie. This is what the Viking crowd needs right now. So enjoy a little Audrey Horne to the stage now.
All right. Vi ska gå vidare. Mina damer och herrar, vi ska ta och Out of the City. Before I change my mind, well, these times
swear he was speaking Irish at the beginning of that. Not
Norwegian?
Norwegian. Almost said that. Norwegian.
He did say some English at first.
I didn't understand that part.
Oh, okay.
That was, I swear that's right, because it sounded like you really had to get pissed drunk with your friends and just sing along to that song. It just had that vibe. It was St. Patrick's Day. You got tired of hearing all the other, Irish crap that you normally hear, and this song comes on. You're just like, yeah, we all know the song, even though I'd never heard it before.
Well, I was going to mention that a couple of the beer tents got completely raided while that song was going on, and a few of them were completely empty because the Vikings did what they do. Raided and pillaged and
bastards.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's, what? Their ghost is okay.
Yeah.
Cleanup's pretty
But
easy.
that's a good song.
Ah, it's a great band, right?
I love that.
So good. Okay, well, I did...
the Red Stripe didn't really go with that.
No, not very...
It wasn't a good pairing. It was good beer. It wasn't a good pairing with Irish music.
Yes, not really
I felt like I was cheating.
A Marley-esque moment.
No,
there.
that's beach. You got to have sand somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, the Vikings did sail to every shore.
That's true. Their influence is everywhere.
Exactly.
Minnesota.
Okay.
There's Vikings in Minnesota.
Apparently. Yep.
Way off course.
So I was going to mention that I did take a quick bathroom break, and it's...
Out of the porta johns.
It's messy. It's gross.
Ooh.
It's gross. They're always gross.
You think ghosts would be a little bit neater, but no, they piss all over the seats.
It's not the ghosts, it's the wraiths.
Oh.
They're the worst.
Okay.
They are the worst.
Because the ghosts are wearing their sheets. You think they'd want to keep those clean.
Exactly.
The wraiths come in.
Wraiths, they
wraith all over the place.
They're just bastards.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, while I was out there, though, I did see one ghost that I recognized. I think you saw him earlier. I confirm Ronnie James Dio is in the crowd.
Yes.
So
and notice that my dog is not here.
He's not. See.
So you never see him in the
Spirit
same
dog.
place. I think so. I think he reincarnated as my dog.
Interesting. Well, I told the ghost of Ronnie James Dio, I said, you're going to want to go to the next show because some of your old band are playing. In fact, maybe somebody who's related to you. And so the next act up is American heavy metal band formed in 1980 by Mr. David Rock Feinstein, who happens to be the cousin of Ronnie James Dio. He was also in Ronnie's band Elf in the 1970s before Ronnie left for Rainbow.
Yes, I remember that now. I learned that from you.
But his band, formed in 1980, are called The Rods. Yes, so The Rods. You ever heard of The Rods?
I have not.
Well, you're about to.
I've thrown a rod.
Yeah.
Or two.
I think that's what John Michael Thor was biting earlier. He bit some rods. Okay, so The Rods toured early on with Judas Priest, Ozzy, Motorhead, Metallica in the early 80s. It's an American metal band. A lot of people don't know this band. No. They just never got to the height of any of those bands they toured with, obviously, but just never really broke through that underground scene. But they had 7 full-length albums from 80 to 86. Then they went on a bit of a hiatus. They definitely fit what we talked about several episodes ago, the not-so-British new wave of British heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
So they fit with those bands, those American bands that were kind of trying to do that sound that the British were doing so well. They released 2 more albums in 2011 and 2019, so fairly recently they've had an album out, and they are going to play right now, live, The Rods.
I said there's only one thing I live for. Oh, yeah. For rock and roll.
That was amazing for the fact that you could pick out 10 different bands from that one band, what it sounded like. I mean, it was just a smorgasbord of similarities to other bands. Now, what year again was that?
So that song, 1983.
Okay, so it sounded more late 70s than the music. I mean, the vocals sounded more late 70s, but the music was more early 80s. You could tell that they were trying to hit that wave, and they had everything. They checked off every box, and that's
except
one of those
they weren't
things.
British.
They weren't British, but still, they had. Neither was Kiss, and
well, I was going to mention that. Even though he is cousin to Ronnie James Dio, he was not channeling Ronnie James Dio.
Not at all. Not at all. There was no similarities.
I say he was channeling. You know who he was channeling?
Ted Nugent.
No, he wasn't channeling Ted Nugent. He was channeling Mr. Paul Stanley from Kiss.
I still think there's a little bit of Wango Tango.
I think that's your Kiss connection with a K and your
Nugent connection with an N.
That doesn't make any sense, but yes. We'll go with it.
Wait, now you have to, that's the bar you set now after 2.5 years, I have to start making sense?
Okay, you're fine.
What the last 2 years have been absolutely wasted my time then.
Yes, the ride somewhere between Kiss and the Nuge.
But there was a little bit of Priest in there, a little bit of 15 other bands. It's just amazing. And once again, have we never talked about them?
We have never played them, never even mentioned them.
This just proves how many bands there are out there that deserve to be heard. And we've been doing this for 2.5 years, weekly. I mean, almost without fail. We're pretty sticklers about that. Even when you go on vacation, we still do an episode.
Yep.
And that's just how much stuff is out there that needs to be heard.
And it's a band from the 80s.
Yeah.
And they're from the States. It's not like there's some obscure European band that, because of geography, we didn't
Some
get
country we've never heard of, like Ukraine.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Yeah. A band from the States that was right in the wheelhouse of stuff that we listen to, and
exactly
we don't know much about them.
Blown away by that. So how many albums? I mean,
so 7 full-length albums from 80 to 86, and then 2 more since then in the later years.
Once again, plenty of material to choose from. It's not like it was one and done. It was just a live album that never got released or something like that. No, that's enough material. We should have heard of them.
Very similar to Manila Road, which was one of the bands we played on the Not So British Wabbum episode, and Riot. Both American bands, tons of albums, yet no one really knows.
Sounds like there's a second episode of that coming out at some point.
Maybe.
I think there's enough material.
All right. Well, we are at the point of the show where it is time for the co-headliners. Yes, the first headliner is getting ready to come up. Now, this is a quick changeover because there's only 2 of them. No, we do not have the White Stripes. Just before you even say it, we don't have the White Stripes. No.
Okay.
This is
the Red Stripes or the White Stripes?
This is an alternative rock duo from Zion, Illinois, formed in 1990. They were almost dropped after their first album completely bombed. But then they hit with their second album with a single called Bound for the Floor. You know what I'm talking about? Somewhat of a forgotten band.
Oh, God.
But still out there doing it.
So is it 90s?
90s band, oh yeah. This is Local H.
Oh, my God. That was killing me. I knew, I was like 90s grunge kind of, yes, Local H.
Local H. They're a great band. You're going to enjoy them. They're going to come to the stage next. They are known for their energetic live show. There's only 2 guys on stage and one of them sitting down. Yet they're still really
rock your pants off.
Energetic. 9 albums from 95 to 20. They're still going. Here's Local H.
Hello! How is everybody? Alright, let's hit it.
Like everyone alive, I
This fit in very nicely to my day today because I spent all day listening to Hum and Catherine Wheel while I was working on the fire truck.
Now you can add local H.
It was a 90s day. It was great.
Awesome. Such a good live band.
You said there's only 2 of them.
Only 2 guys.
That's doing
making a
it
whole
right.
lot of noise.
But it sounds like he was doing
He
a bass line.
He ABs his guitar through.
Got it. Okay.
Just like Royal Blood do.
Yeah.
Some of the other.
I was going to
bands
say
out
it
there.
sounded like a bass line, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's running it through a bass amp and a guitar amp, and then he ABs. And
So if
clicks
I
it
had
off
done
and
that,
on.
I wouldn't have had to pay you all that money.
Oh, yep.
Now, okay, I see where I went wrong.
I actually did. That did happen to me once.
Did it?
Yeah, there was an Australian band called the On Fires. They came
I remember
to the States.
Yeah, Kent.
It was a keyboard and guitar player, singer.
Yeah.
And they were hiring bass players and drummers in various cities when they would play. And they hired Kent, and then Kent brought me on board, and I played a couple of gigs with them. So much fun. They were so good. The next time they came to the States, Kent said, "Hey, I'm playing with the On Fires again." I'm like, "Cool." He's like, "Oh, yeah, but Marty's not doing bass. They're not hiring bass players anymore. They're just running it through a bass rig and getting that lower end on the guitar."
Such wankers.
And then they went and played festivals in China as a 3-piece.
I could have done that.
In China.
And those festivals over there are like
music festivals.
200,000 people.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
You should go look at the YouTube.
They
of
made
the
enough
On
money for a
Fires
bass
in
player.
China.
Come on. I understand if you're playing a pub somewhere, you're making $50, but
We should
come
have
on.
Kent tell us some of those stories.
Yeah,
because
I wanna
it's
hear that.
crazy how they had to get around and how they got to these venues.
Yeah, you
and,
can't just walk up to it.
And it was an emerging scene. Like the rock scene was there wasn't really one, so it was just counterculture thing that was building up, and he was right in the middle of it. It's a really cool story, but I digress. We'll get there one day. Now we have our last act coming up, and we're going to close the night out with a ghost and a very hard get. But I think I hear a cop. You hear a helicopter? I hope you cleared the spot for it.
Yeah, I mowed the grass over
Okay,
there.
good. Did you mow a big H?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Big finger. I got a middle finger in it.
That works even better for this person.
That's what I do.
So yes, we have invited back the ghost of Mr. Paul Sampson, because back in the day he had one hell of a New Album band in the early 80s. It happened to feature a very amazing singer and also a drummer that wore a leather gimp suit named Thundersticks. But we'll focus on the singer for now.
Not Thunder Pussy.
No, it was Thundersticks.
So Thunder Pussy and Thunder Sticks got together.
Wow, that would just be lightning, wouldn't it?
They'd have a little baby tambourine.
Yes, so the band I'm talking about, Mr. Paul Sampson, the band was called Samson, and the lead singer in Samson was a guy that went by the name of Bruce. We all know him today as Mr. Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. Yes, Bruce found out that we were going to hold this gig and that Paul was playing it, so he has helicoptered all the way over from Europe. I don't know how that works.
It's a big helicopter.
It's a big one.
You refuel. I mean, he's a
don't know.
man of many talents. Don't question Bruce. He can
But
fly
he is-
big jets and helicopters.
He is landing right now because Paul passed away in 2002. He hasn't had a chance to play with his old buddy in a long time. We're bringing Samson back out, even though Bruce is on tour with Maiden. So thank you, Bruce. And here they are, the final act tonight, Samson.
Take
Holy crap. We're so lucky to be able to heard that.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to close out the Ghost Fest. That was amazing. Just blistering. And
Such a good band.
I know I've heard Samson before, but live like that, I've never heard that. Just raw, uncut talent.
Yeah. They were a really good band. I wonder if Bruce had never moved to Maiden, if they would have become more
like Maiden.
Of a force like Maiden.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because, without him, there'd be a big...
It was a big gap when he left, and Samson never really went anywhere after Bruce left.
But holy crap.
Great guitarist, man.
Who was the guitar? That was
Paul Sampson.
Oh, that was Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Great
Just
guitarist.
amazing.
That wah-wah stuff he was doing, that is so good.
That was 80?
81.
81. Okay.
Yeah.
God, what a great time that was.
Yep.
Not for me. I wasn't there, but...
That was in 4th grade.
Yeah, it was in...
Or 3rd grade.
Pensacola, Florida. Not understanding at all what rock and roll music was about, but still, it was cool to be alive during that time, at least to some extent.
Exactly. We can appreciate it for sure. Oh, man. Well, that's Ghost Fest this year.
You notice Ronnie James Dio got on the Ghost bus and left, and just a few seconds later, Ronnie James Dio G comes walking back in. Once again, I've never seen him in the same room before.
Very interesting.
I think there was some haunting of my dog.
Huh.
He's exhausted now. Like he's laying on the floor.
He's very tired.
He's barking at us and licking himself. And now he's just like zoned out.
Huh.
Like he ran around a music festival.
I think
for
there's
the past
something to
hour and a
that.
half.
I think Ronnie James Dio is Ronnie James Dio G.
He's forever rock and roll devil horns.
My mind is blown.
Yes.
You need a collar with like the devil horns on it or something.
Well, he had a bandana that had like a Ronnie James Dio bandana. Yeah, that lasted 10 seconds.
Because he ate it?
Yeah, he pulled it off and chewed it up.
Yeah.
He's like, look, a toy dispenser. Anytime I want it, there's a toy right there. Bam. Shredded it. I'm like, okay, so he's not a bandana-wearing dog. Some dogs are, but not him.
Oh, well.
He's low maintenance.
Well, I guess we need to go clean up.
Yeah, I think I'll get the leaf blower.
Fun stuff. You didn't hire any of the Vikings to do any of the cleanup, did you?
No.
They're not really good at that.
No, they make the mess, but they don't really clean up the mess. Yeah.
Damn pillagers.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Well, I guess we got to go to work. So until next time, we'll see ya.
Thank you very much. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Let's get it. Rock and roll.